Hey guys, welcome back. Today we are looking at the new Nabla Skin Realist Beautifying Tinted Balm and answering the question, can it be worn like a foundation? This product is loaded with hyaluronic acid and carriers and emollients and all of this good for your skin stuff that kind of takes it out of the category of foundations. But in terms of wearability, if it's like a foundation but not a foundation, how well does it hold up? So I decided the best way to test this was to submit this to the same foundation wear test that you always see on my channel. So we're gonna look at the same stuff. We're gonna look at coverage, we're gonna look at consistency, how long it lasts before it starts to break down on the face, and really I don't have anything that I can compare this to, so we're gonna kind of leave it at there. But I've pre-recorded the wear test, so let's go ahead and dive into that. So here is the product up close and personal. For those curious, because I always get questions, I purchased this in shade 1 Fair. So going in with the consistency test, about a pump and a half is good for me to cover my whole face. It looks very thick. However, look at how it's moving down the back of my hand, almost like a liquid. So the best way I can describe the consistency of this product is pillowy. It's very plump and full, which is that hyaluronic acid at play, but it's very lightweight and not thick and heavy. So I applied this with a brush instead of fingers or a sponge, and you can see it's blending out really nicely. It looked very thick on first application. It blends out beautifully. That lightweight, pillowy texture and feeling, it just feels really nice on the skin. I did find the brush very effective. I was able to use my fingers in a couple spots there, but overall a brush works great with this product and you don't lose too much in the bristles. So here it is fully applied. My skin just looked good, really fresh, really radiant. Coverage, I would say here, light to medium. I'm giving you a nice close-up here. You can kind of see the blueness in those veins around my jawline, a little bit of redness maybe coming through on my cheeks. Overall, I found that it worked really well on redness though. Since I decided this was going to be a wear test, I am going in with my By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder to set my whole face. Just a fluffy brush, throwing that on. I am gonna put on some more makeup here between the first check-in and the second check-in, but here we are just after 8 o'clock in the morning. So the next time I come back to you, it's actually almost noon, so it was almost 4 hours. I thought it was closer to 3. All I have on my face, just so you know, is a little bit of a blush, bronzer, highlighter trio. Most of the makeup is in the eyes. So overall, I felt like it had a very glowy look to it. Skin Realist, I think, was a really nice name for this product because my skin looked like skin. I wouldn't even call this radiant or velvet or matte or any of the other finishes that you hear me refer to when I'm talking about foundations. It hasn't sunk into my fine lines or my pores. It just has my skin looking really fresh at the 4-hour mark. I was starting to get a little bit on the oily side, so I went in with my blot test like I usually do at the 3-hour mark, and I was actually pleasantly surprised there wasn't a ton of oil on the sheet at the end of 4 hours for being something that is supposed to be so hydrating. So after 4 hours of wear, still back to looking glowy and fresh, cleaned up that oil, I was pretty pleased. So at 2:30, almost 3 hours later, the oil production is definitely kicking in now. And of course, again, keeping in mind, this is a balm with loads of skincare products in it that are meant to hydrate and retain moisture on the skin. So this is where the breakdown between a foundation wear test and a balm wear test, it's just not gonna be one-to-one. But I wanted to show you what happened as I wore it throughout the day. So here I felt like maybe I'm losing a little bit of coverage. Overall, it really still looked fine. Bottom line at this check-in is just that it stopped looking as fresh. I don't know how else to put it. Up to the 4 or 5 hour mark, I felt like my skin just looked really nice and plumped and fresh. Here, I felt like it was just starting to look a little bit, I don't know, like late night at the club when your makeup's kind of starting to melt off. I just felt a little bit less, I don't know, radiant, pretty, kind of hard to find the right word. So 5:30 is the last check-in I did for you guys because here you can see it is Shine City on my cheeks, on my chin, on my forehead, and there is definitely nothing fresh-faced, glowy, pretty, plumped left going on, and just that touch test stuff coming away on my fingers. So 5:30 from 8:30, about 9 hours of wear, all done. Whereas with a foundation wear test, as you've seen me do several times, A lot of the time, this is just when it's starting to really lose the thread, whereas here we were already all the way through it. So that was just by way of showing you guys what happens when you try to wear this product like a foundation. But if you think back to that first check-in and the first application, this stuff applies beautifully. It feels wonderful on the skin. And you've heard me say before, I feel like sheer stuff, tinted balms or tinted moisturizers, sheer to light coverage foundations, I don't really see the point of them because they don't really do anything for my skin. I might as well just wear a tinted sunscreen and go. This is the first product I've seen, I won't say ever, but certainly in a really long time, that I feel like it would be totally worth it to wear just this over my sunscreen and the other base products on my face, which I did have on in this video, and I'll link those below for you as well. But that first application, it felt so good. It made my skin look amazing. And for something that's just a quick throw it on and go, I loved this. I thought it looked really, really fantastic. But in terms of long-term wearability, or could you wear this like your normal makeup, I would say the answer is no, probably not. Just because with all of those amazing skincare ingredients in here, it's not designed to hold up the way that a foundation is. Does that make sense? So overall, guys, I feel like they're putting hyaluronic acid into absolutely everything they can get their hands on right now. So another amazing product where they have figured that out, and it's really, really good. So give these guys a try. Go check them out. I'll link this down below for you guys. Again, I was in shade 1 Fair. Thank you so much for watching. As always, you know I appreciate your viewership, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.